Chief Rocca, Dre Wise, Social Buzz Sports. Today we're going over recaps of Week 3 and the Week 4 predictions and the spreads. 4 picks. Last week I ain't do too good. Oh, first of all, Chief Rocca, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Bless my brother. How are you?
Man, I'm doing fine, man. How you do with your picks last week, man? How you end up?
7-9, 1-3 on the 4 picks. Not good. A lot of upsets. Wow.
Yeah, I think I did. I think I went 8-9, which is some bullshit. I think I went 8-9. And my 4 picks, I did not win not one, bro. So I didn't do too good. I didn't have a happy weekend. Let's start off with the Monday night game. Let's just go backwards for the sake of arguing. Cowboys defeated the Giants 23-16. Cooper Rush had 215 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Pollard was the leading rusher, 13 carries and 105 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 8 receptions, 87 yards. Giants, Daniel Jones, 196 yards passing. Saquon Barkley, 14 attempts, 81 yards, 1 touchdown. And Shepard, 5 receptions for 49 yards. What did you take away from this game right here?
Ezekiel Elliott will be out of Dallas soon. That's what I got out of all of that. Out of all of that, that's what I got.
That's all you got out of that.
That's it. Ezekiel Elliott will be out of there. Dak Prescott still got his job. He's injured, so whatever Cooper Rush do, he do. He just gonna solidify a backup if anything. But with Pollard coming in there and showing out, like not say showing out, but him being a lead rusher, and he already taken over a good chunk of Zeke's attempts. Yeah, they gonna that money's not gonna keep going in Zeke's pocket. I can guarantee that. Jerry Jones, you know how he runs that ship over there. Perform to get paid.
Well, Skip Bayless said on his show that they were going to win a couple of games because Cooper Rush been a backup for about 2-3 years, and he made every preseason game. So he took the snaps in all the preseason games. He was available, so he knows the offense.
Which means he got a lot of reps with number ones too. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's not gonna come in and necessarily take Dak's job, but like I said, he can run the system. He knows the system. He's good with the number ones, so he can just game manage. And CeeDee Lamb keeps emerging like he is and showing why he wearing it at 88 and making plays like he made. Oh, he'll be all right. Making those catches, them Odell-esque type catches, you don't need to have a precision passer. Just put it in the vicinity and he'll catch it. So yeah, I see it. I picked wrong. I was going with Brian Daboll and those boys. They was on a nice little win streak, but yeah, I lost that. I usually don't bet with Dallas because I just don't like Dallas that much. So I lost that one.
Yeah, it's hard to rock with them. It's like they are they one of them teams who always gonna make the playoffs in that division and not really go too far. You know what I'm saying? I don't see they defense though. That man Daniel Jones was running every play. He had to run. As soon as he snapped the ball, it was like he had to take off. They backed you.
And that's not good because he's not a runner.
He's not a runner.
Goes to show he's not a runner, and that's why they won that game.
Oh, he is a runner. He is. He kind of he can run. He's kind of fast. He's kind of quick. He's not a bulk runner. He can't take no hits. But if he's rushed to throw, they have a cornerback there that's gonna jump routes.
Oh yeah. Diggs is taking everything if you talking cornerbacks jumping routes, and he was banking on that. I bet.
Yeah,
he was banking on that.
I think he got him one. The next game we got is the Baltimore Ravens. They played the New England Patriots. Score was 37-26. Lamar Jackson, 218 yards, 4 touchdowns, 11 rushes, 107 yards, 1 touchdown. Andrews had 8 receptions for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. Matt Jones threw for 321. I think he injured his ankle out there. Stevenson had 12 attempts for 73 yards and 1 touchdown. And Parker had 5 receptions for 156 yards.
Yeah, they said Lamar is on pace to run for 1,200 yards this year. Until they show otherwise slowing down that offense, I'm gonna be rocking with the Ravens. I picked that game to be correct right there. They do got a pass defense deficiency, but this will be the first week that I go against the Bills because they are playing Lamar Jackson, and that Bills defense is. I mean, I don't even know what to say about it.
Why?
It's
Why? This is a question. Why don't the Ravens ever try to have receivers? Why they don't ever have a big name one? Why don't I ever have a possession receiver? Why don't I ever have a go-to receiver?
They had one in Hollywood
Like a tight
Brown.
end. No, he
I don't
wasn't
know.
really. He was like a big play every once in a while splash. I'm talking
I,
about who you
I
gonna go to, who gonna separate themselves on second down, third down, make the play, 7, 8 receptions a game. You know,
they
like do their numbers.
what's I want to say his name is Bateman or something like that. They got a nice receiver out there this year. It's
They
either Bateman or
have
Perryman or something like that.
receivers, but why don't they ever try to have a possession receiver? You know,
I
they
don't
got
know
the
why.
deep threats.
I
It's
think that
crazy to
that
me.
might got something to do with Harbaugh and the way he run his ship. I don't know
He
if
must
it's
don't
the
have he must don't have a lot of plays for receivers in practice, or his playbook not really. He must got a
I,
couple routes.
you gotta think about where the Harbaughs come from. They old school, so they still kind of smash mouth. If you look at Michigan and the Harbaugh, how he run it over there, they don't really have big receivers either. Name a big receiver that's come out of Michigan in the last 5 years. That's like you said in the league making noise like that. There isn't one.
You absolutely have a point there.
You know what I mean? That probably comes from that family of how they play football and how they learn football. Because even when Harbaugh first got to Michigan, his quarterback was Lamar esque and Robinson. Remember the cat that never tied his cleats? I want to say his name like Denal Robinson or something. He could throw the ball, but he really ran the
He
ball.
was he was a utility person. He's a
He
utility
was,
in the
you know what I'm
NFL.
saying? And that's really how they go now. Like Lamar can clearly throw the
Lamar
ball,
is averaging about 4 or 5 touchdowns a game.
and that comes with that dual threat.
Yeah.
You see his main receivers is tight end. A Russian quarterback's favorite release is a tight end because I'm going to go. You're not that far downfield. You're big, so the pass shouldn't have to be precise, and I can just flick it to you. That's
Right.
why Dawson Knox is emerging as a great tight end in Buffalo because you're a good
Since you want to
outlet.
since you want to segue to Buffalo, this is a good opportunity. I cut the clock off on you for Buffalo. The next game we have is the Bills versus the Dolphins. Josh Allen threw for 400 yards and 2 touchdowns. He didn't turn the ball over.
I don't think so.
Um,
He might have fumbled, but I might have got it back.
Allen had 8 attempts for 47 yards. It looks like Singletary was the lead receiver, if I'm not mistaken, for 9 receptions, for 78 yards. He must have had the most receptions, not the most
Yeah,
yards.
he had a lot of receptions.
Tonga Valoa only 186 yards. Is that true?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro, it was 21-19. It
And
wasn't a high scoring
four,
game at all.
4 receptions for 102 yards.
Bruh. The Bills should have won that game on several different ways. Barring the injuries and everything. You can't even say, oh, they was injured and all that. No, they were still in the game and they should have won that game. Josh Allen with that rocket laser cannon of an arm. You had McKenzie on an out route in the end zone wide open, and you gave me a slingshot with a broken rubber band. I don't want to hear McKenzie didn't get out of bounds and kick the field goal. We shouldn't have been in field goal, you know what I mean, predicament in the last part of the game. So Miami, hats off to them.
You know how you can't make an excuse for any loss, but that loss could be justified. No, they didn't start with. I don't think any starting defensive backs.
Oh no, that's why I said like I I'm not gonna play the injury role because
No, no, no,
me
no.
as an
Let
athlete
me finish. Let me
is
finish.
next
Let me
man up.
finish. That's not even where I'm going with it. They didn't start any defense of their defensive secondary. White, the 2 safeties, high. No, nobody was there. Right.
Right,
The 2 starting cornerbacks and 2 starting safeties. They weren't there.
right.
Tunga Falua, whatever the fuck his name is, he only threw for 186 yards.
Right. He
So
probably it doesn't even show what Tyreek Hill had because he was non-factor. He's a non-factor. That's why it was literally all on the Bills. Yeah, the Dolphins won the game, but the Bills lost that game. They lost it.
Let me get more into the stats on that then. Um,
No reason Josh Allen throwing for 50 something times in a game and we're losing 400
Tyreek
yards,
Hill 4 catches for 33 yards.
33 yards. Jalen Waddle had a pass for 40 something. I want to say it was 43 yards. So Tyreek Hill, the
Singletary
cheater.
was the leading receiver, then McKenzie, then Diggs.
Yeah, McKenzie had a great game. But this is what I'm saying. Josh threw for 400 plus yards and a 19 point. You can't get in the box. He was in the red zone a few times.
The Dolphins only had a 212 total yards, bro.
They only had the ball probably 10 minutes of the game.
But
the Bills had the ball
listen. This is where we go. This is where I go back to. They're throwing the ball too much. You're throwing the ball too much. So now you're throwing the ball so much. Listen where I'm going with this. Your receivers, if they have 41 yards and 186 yards, their offense didn't do anything. Your offense is on the field that whole time because you have everyone running around in this hot ass weather trying to catch a football. So no one can run at their top speed because everyone is cramping the fuck up. They've been running around. They had the time possession. In that case, you have to run the ball. Everyone is cramping up on your team. Your linemen, your receivers.
You got no disagreement on me. You got this run by committee that you're not using. You got two running backs that, if I'm not mistaken, Singletary and Cook are both from Florida. So these boys know about the Florida Heat. They've been playing it their whole life. Cook just came from Georgia.
So
why are you not running the ball?
Okay, so boom, and look at this stat right here. Look at this stat. Tagovailoa only threw the ball 18 times. Allen threw the ball 63 times.
Come on, man. You're gonna throw that boy arm out. And I'm gonna tell you the key factor and why.
17,
the new offensive coordinator.
24, 25. They ran the ball 25 times.
That's
and
why
eight of the rushes were passes because Allen ran the ball.
Right. So you think about
that. That's 17 rushing attempts to
63
to 71 times Allen dropped back with the ball.
Me as a running back, because that's the position I played, I'm very angry. Why am I not touching the ball? I'm catching the ball. James Cook had more catches than he had carries.
That's the reason for the loss. They don't know. They don't know when to stop throwing the football.
And you know why?
Your defense is holding it down. So
they did.
So the defense really wasn't cramping up as bad as the offense was. You paid attention to that?
They wasn't on the field.
Miami's defense was cramping up.
They wasn't on the field.
Offense was cramping up because they were on the field. Okay, the downside of that, all that speed, and when it's hot, you cramp up. When it's cold, you rip groins and hamstrings.
Mm-hmm.
So that weather from here to here is gonna change. Yeah, that's it. That's it on the Bills, man. They just they ran up. They held it down. The next game we got is the Bengals versus the Jets. The Bengals won 27-12. Joe Burrow threw for 275 yards, 3 touchdowns. Perrin 9 attempts, 47 yards. T. Boyd 4 receptions, 105 yards, and 1 TD. Damn, he went off. Joe Flacco, the old vet, still out here slinging the football.
Pretty Flacco.
Joe Flacco, 285 yards, and 8 receptions to someone named Conklin. I don't have anything on this game.
Now, Burrow said they back. He told the boys in Cincinnati, he said, don't worry. He told the city of Cincinnati, said, don't worry. We're back. Don't worry about it. I won that game, Cincy.
The next game we got is the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings. Lions was winning this game 24-14. In the fourth quarter, the Vikings scored 2 touchdowns. Jared Goff had 277 passing yards and 1 touchdown. Leading rusher on that team, 20 attempts, 87 yards. Williams. Jay Reynolds, 6 receptions, 96 yards. Kirk Cousins had 260 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook, 17 attempts, 96 yards, a touchdown. K. Osborne, 5 receptions, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. That was a division game. The Vikings are now 2-1 in that division. The Lions are 1-2. What do you think? What do you think about that? What do you think about that division?
Detroit put up a lot of numbers, a lot of points. They looking good. I just think they just still not there. They're not. I don't know. Like they were saying on TV, they just got to learn how to finish games. You know, like you said, you was up 24-14 in the fourth. You got to learn how to finish games. I think Marcus Spears said it best. You just got to learn how to finish it out, close it out. Like you were just saying about Buffalo. When you got the lead, no reason to be passing. You should be rounding and pounding the ball. So. I don't know if it's the coaching or the play calling or whatnot, but Detroit just got to learn how to finish a game, not putting up those many points and losing. Could have been a factor of Minnesota being at home. They got a high-powered offense too. Dalvin Cook obviously doing good things as running back. Kirk Cousins being a game manager that he is. Didn't even say what Adam Thielen did. So at home, yeah, big names like Adam Thielen can at least get you 10 points. So I think that's what Minnesota pulled that one out. If they were on the road, I feel like Detroit might have pulled that out.
Thielen had 6 receptions, 61 yards, touchdown also.
See, then you got to key in on a big name receiver like that. They just didn't know how to finish it out. That touchdown was probably late too. That probably was a fourth quarter touchdown. Drove the crowd crazy. Then the momentum just took over.
This next game, I really don't have a lot of commentary on either. This is the Texans versus the Bears. Texans 20, the Bears 23. Fields 106 yards passing. Herbert, the running back for the Bears, 20 attempts, 157 yards, 2 touchdowns. I guess Met 2 receptions, 40 yards. I don't think the Bears are really into throwing the ball over there.
Yeah,
Mills,
I think it might have
245 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Pierce, 20 attempts, 80 yards rushing. And Moore, 3 receptions for 63 yards.
Yeah, not right now. I think Fields is still learning the offense, still learning his receivers, and it might have something to do with the weather. I know last week's game, it was real rainy in Chicago. It was raining here in Western New York all week, so it could have been raining or something like that in Chicago. Another slippery, wet game. That's why we're handing the ball off a lot, using Fields' legs. He has an arm, so I just right now just think game management has been working. Like I think they 2-1 right now. So just manage it. Yeah, I believe they 2-1. They lost to Green Bay. So just game manage right now. Let the defense win it out. But like I said, I don't have too much to say on that. Fields are gonna be all right. I got no faith in Houston.
So the Bears, the Vikings, and the Packers are all 2-1 in that division. That's crazy. The next game we have is Kansas City Chiefs versus Indianapolis Colts. The Colts lost 17-20. The Colts record is 1-1-1. Patrick Mahomes threw for 262 yards, 1 touchdown. I don't know if that says he's leading rusher with 4 attempts for 26 yards. I'll have to look further. Juju Smith-Schuster, 5 receptions, 89 yards. He's not working out over there for real. I don't really think he's done.
Didn't KC lose that game?
KC lost 17-20. Matt Ryan, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jay Taylor, 21 attempts, 71 yards. Pittman, 8 receptions, 72 yards. Yeah, they lost this game. It looked like the Colts came back and won. Scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Kansas City did not score. Looked like Kansas City had 17 points in the third quarter. 14 of those points was in the first half.
Another
The Colts
team.
had 10 points. Second half, let me see. Mahomes had 4 attempts for 26 yards. The next leading rusher on that team was 7 attempts for 20 yards. They did not run the ball.
Again, I was just about to say another team that fell in love with the pass. You become one dimensional. When you
Those
just know that they're going to drop back and pass, it gives
both
these
of those
defensive
guys,
minded.
both of those guys threw 35 and 37 attempts, and only was on. He was at 262 yards and Hunt 222 yards. Those were it's kind of a lot of attempts once you get past like 28 to 30.
I feel like it.
Yeah, I mean, for that amount of attempts, you would think they threw for 300 yards. That's what I'm saying.
And I feel like you gotta pay the big man to do what they like to do. They like to run block. No big man likes to pass block all that damn time. Let them run. That get downhill, get some momentum going. Go fast pace or something. I'm a running back. Like I said, I'm a running back. I'm so sick of this being a quarterback driven league. You gotta every you're passing first, second, third, fourth, fifth down. Like, I'm just what do we even have running backs for? The fullback position has come obsolete. Like what happened? We don't run the ball no more. I truly don't get it. I don't get it.
I guess they devalued the running back position. They devalued it. They don't want to pay him. They don't want to pay a guy to block for you in front of you, a lead blocker. They want the razzle dazzle down the field stuff. They don't want to pay a running back a lot of money. They think the running backs like to go to the clubs and blow all their bread and getting domestic violence and shit. So that's what we stuck at with that.
Damn you, Ray Rice. Damn you.
Fucking Ezekiel too. Couple of
receivers like to go to strip clubs and get chicken wings though. So we have to talk about that.
No, that was Pac-Man. It was a cornerback.
Nah, who else did it? I want to say
that was Pac-Man and Lou Williams, bro.
Oh, yeah, you're right about
Pac-Man
that.
Jones and Williams.
But Plexico went to the club and shot himself, so we're not gonna talk about that.
Yes.
Receivers are stupid too.
We have the Las Vegas Raiders versus Tennessee Titans. The score was 22-24. The Titans won that game. The Raiders are now 0-3. Titans 1-2. Derek Carr threw for 303 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jacobs 13 attempts, 66 yards. Hollins 8 receptions, 158 yards, 1 touchdown. Ryan Tannehill 264 yards, 1 touchdown. Derrick Henry 20 carries, 85 yards, 1 touchdown. Is that Robert Woods?
Yep.
4 receptions, 85 yards. All Tennessee points were scored in the first half. They didn't score a point in the second half. Looked like the Raiders were trying to come back. Raiders look like they have an offense, and I don't know. Raiders are 0-3, bro.
Yeah, I had a lot of hopes for them at the beginning of the season. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on in that culture over there in Vegas. Maybe need to go back to Oakland, but I don't know. It's not a winning culture in Vegas yet. You might need to go back to Oakland. I would say that's what it is. Go to Oakland. Go home. Go home. Too many distractions in Vegas. Go home.
Yeah. The next game we have are the New Orleans Saints versus the Panthers. This is also a divisional game. Both teams are now 1-2. That was the Panthers' first win, 22-14 over the Saints. Jameis Winston, 353 yards, 1 touchdown. Kamara, 15 attempts, 61 yards. Baker Mayfield only threw for 170 yards and 1 touchdown. I don't think he threw over 200 yards in a long time. McCaffrey, 25 attempts, 108 yards. Shenault, 2 receptions, 90 yards, 1 touchdown. Let me see. Because it's not saying interceptions up there, but I knew Jameson threw an interception. I know it.
Jameis threw 2 of them.
He threw 2 of them.
He had 2 of them. He threw 2 of them. So I remember there was something about this is like 28th game or something with multiple interceptions. Like, yeah, I hate to say it. As much love I got for Jameis, he won't be in the league too much longer. He won't be in the league too much longer.
Is it to the point he's delusional?
I wouldn't say delusional. I just say like he just got high confidence. It might be a little delusion.
That could lead to
It might
delusion,
be.
right?
It might be, but it also, like I said,
If
I
you
don't know.
believe you could fly because of your confidence, that means you kind of delusional, right?
Not necessarily because the Wright brothers, they might have called them delusional, but they figured out how to fly.
No, fly. You no
I'm, I'm just saying though, they
no.
personally
Just
aren't
go
the
out fly
birds,
right now
but
because
they
of
figured out
confidence.
how to, and that's what I'm saying.
I have a
He
bird
can.
on my head and a bee on my hat. I can just go out fly right now. No,
I'm
it's
just
just
saying
trying to be. He's not who he think he is.
someone needs to sit him down and just tell him to stop trying to be Superman. Because like I said, a lot of the interceptions are forced. From what I'm seeing, a lot of them are forced. It's not misreading the play or something like that. It's forced. And that was his problem all the way back in Florida State, because I'm a Florida State Alabama fan. He would force stuff. He likes to
What
be center of attention. He wants to be the hero. You know what I mean? He likes to thread the needle so he can have highlights, I feel. So I'm not necessarily delusional,
so let me.
but
What if I remove the word delusional and say it looks like he's too anxious, like anxiety strikes him. It
I
looks like
give him that. He
it looked like
don't
his
like.
adrenaline like goes too
Oh yeah,
far.
yeah. He's too pumped up. I'll give you that. He's too pumped up. You know what I mean, Mister? He be too pumped up. I'll give you that. You know what I mean?
Cause
Not
he just
necessarily
be looking
happy feet.
crazy after that,
Yeah, not happy feet, but they
like come
just
on, let's go,
they
y'all. We can still do it. Like it's just
they
like
and
something.
that's you know what I mean. They too.
He's
I'm
not
not saying too,
calm.
not too competitive. Just
He's
sometimes
confident.
it
He's
compares.
he's he's not bothered. He's not bothered by really the pass rush. I think he just too excited. I think he just seen it before it happened. It just
And that's what I'm saying. He needs a. That's what I mean by he needs to slow down. It's you know what I mean. He needs to slow down. He got to understand like the arm and the talent you have. You just got to slow down. The play instead of trying to thread the needle, the play's out here.
did you ever
Slow
see
down a
you ever
split
see his
second.
routine? You
Yeah,
ever see his routine when he doing that shit?
yeah.
You ever
It's
see
too
him do that?
fast. It's too fast. Slow down.
It's erratic as hell.
Slow down.
it's like that's what he's doing out there. Like he trying to be
Now
so alert. He too alert.
you know who where he could go and be great. Not necessarily off top, but if he had the coaching of uh Tom Brady, where he at right now with Brian Leftwich, I think that would do miracles for Jameis Winston. They're the same type of quarterback.
I
Barring
could dig
injury,
that.
Brian Leftwich would have been a great quarterback.
Next team we got the next game of the Eagles undefeated. They beat the Washington Commanders 24-8. Washington scored all their points in the first half. Commanders scored the 8 in the fourth. Jalen
You see
Hurts
what I'm
340
rocking.
passing, 3 touchdowns. D. Smith 8 receptions, 169 yards, 1 touchdown. Carson Wentz 211 yards. Um, Eagles on the roll, man. Eagles gonna win that division. What you got on that, man? Because I just don't have. Carson Wentz and Jameis
Nah, yeah,
Winston and Baker Mayfield and Jimmy
Matt
Garoppolo
Ryan.
and Matt Ryan. I just don't
Now
have no
Jimmy
faith.
Jimmy Guapo is a different story. Jimmy Guapo is a different
Hey, we
story.
can't get into all that yet. We gotta get to the Commanders.
No,
Commanders.
no, no. I'm just saying I wouldn't put Jimmy Guap in the mix with those quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying?
He don't do nothing for me though. It's not like
I'll give you that, but I'm not putting him in the mix of Jameis Winston, Carson Wentz,
I'm not watching the
Baker
Garoppolo
Mayfield.
and Baker Mayfield game. I'm not watching the Garoppolo Jameis Winston game.
I'm not watching it because I got Guwap over both of those all day.
All right, we got to get to them. You still all right? Come on. Commanders, Eagles.
Oh, Eagles. I told you. You see them
Hey,
rocking?
next game we got Jaguars, Chargers. Jaguars upset and messed up a lot of stuff for me going on.
A
I don't know what's up
lot.
with them. They are two
A
and one.
lot.
I don't know what's going on with them. They scored 38 points. Trevor Lawrence had 262 yards and 3 touchdowns. That was a better game than a lot of those quarterbacks we just mentioned.
Yeah.
Robinson 17 attempts, 100 yards. Jones 10 receptions, 85 yards. Justin Herbert, 297 yards, 1 touchdown. Palmer, 6 receptions, 99 yards. I don't think the Chargers was ever in this game. I don't even know what happened to their defense. I do not understand what happened.
Yeah, no, the Jacksonville got jumped out on them boys early. Trevor Lawrence looked like Trevor Lawrence of Clemson. Now, can he keep it up? That's to be seen. But yeah, that definitely messed me up on a couple of cards. Messed me up here, everywhere. I didn't see that one coming.
The next game we got are Falcons and the Seahawks. Falcons defeated the Seahawks 27-23. Mariota, 229 yards. Cordell Patterson, is that 17 attempts for 141 yards? God, he went off. Pitts, 5 receptions, 87 yards. Geno Smith, 325 yards, two TDs. What more could you ask of Geno?
What can you ask of Geno? What can you ask of him? What can you ask of Geno? Come on. You can't ask.
Russell ain't doing that, bro.
Russell ain't did it. Not yet.
Russell ain't did it. Russell ain't just. Man, if you got Geno Smith throwing, if Geno Smith could throw 100 for two, let me see if he threw an interception real quick because we get away from here. We got another game next, but let me see. Geno only threw one inning. 32 for 44, 23 fantasy points. Geno played football.
Geno ball. He didn't so
if you bought Geno Smith, been sitting around, he's thrown for 325 yards. He's not the reason for your loss. How could you lose? What's going on there?
That Pete Carroll defense is not the Legion of Boom no more. They're not there no more.
Green Bay Packers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 14-12. Packers took this game. Both teams are 2-1 now. Rodgers, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tom Brady, 271 yards, 1 touchdown. Look like they just threw the random receivers. Look like they was I don't know. It was like a fast game at first for the Packers, and it's like it was a slow game in the second half for the Bucs. So, both of those teams were playing defense though.
Yeah, I lost in that game. I ain't got too much to say about it.
Christmas lights.
Tom
police lights
Brady. Huh?
What, them lights behind them police lights?
No, that's the TV lights. You got lights around the TV.
That shit was flashing. Did you say now, brother? Tom Brady, what?
I would say I don't like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, to be honest with you. And Tom Brady, I bet with him in a basket loss for me. So yeah, I don't even care about that game. Out of two of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, they say, and all we got is 12 and 14. Screw both of y'all. Fuck the football game.
Oh, you're not gonna like the rest of this then. We got the Rams versus the Cardinals. The score was 20-12. Matthew Stafford threw for 249 yards, no touchdowns. Kyler Murray threw for 314 yards, no touchdowns. Mm-hmm. But Brown had 14 receptions for 140 yards, but they only had 12 points. What is going on in Arizona?
They need DeAndre Hopkins. Simple and plain, they need a playmaker. That's the only thing I got for that. They need a playmaker. You see Kyler running for his life, dancing back there like a Madden player. He needs his playmaker. That's it.
Versus the Broncos, this was a 10-11 score. Garoppolo, 211 yards and a touchdown. Russell Wilson, 184 yards, no touchdown. 10-11, man. The Broncos are 2-1, man.
They won. That's all I can say about that. They won. Go Russell. Go Russell. I don't know. That's an ugly score.
All right. Last game we had the Steelers and the Browns. 17-29. The Browns took this win. They're 2-1 division. Jacoby Brissett and Mitch Trubisky.
Right.
Nick Chubb, 23 rushes, 113 yards. Cooper, 7 receptions, 101 yards. Again, Jacoby Brissett, but he's just there because of the suspension.
Yeah.
When did Watson come back? 8 games?
8 games. Yeah,
Or
I
10?
believe that's what they gave him. Something like that. He'll be back this season, though. I tell you that.
He'll keep him in good shape.
No, I said that. I said that Jacoby Brissett will definitely keep them in the mix. But that defense, well, now again, barring injury, Myles Garrett, glad that man's okay with the car accident. Did you hear? He rode his car and everything.
That big motherfucker probably was in there stiff as hell.
And him and the passenger rolled over. They said he got a sore shoulder, something with his wrist or something like that. But he's not ruled out for this next week's game. But like I said, with Jacoby Brissett to keep those boys in the mix, you know what I mean? With that defense can stay healthy. They stay in the mix. And it just depends on if Watson, how
I'm
he
glad
look
they're
coming back.
alive.
Yeah, because Watson did not look like a $250 million man.
No, he got a lot on his mind. He got a lot on
Preseason.
his mind. He got a lot on his mind. Let's get to these picks right here. We got to run through them, man. I got to see which one I'm gonna like, which one I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna go through we'll go through all the teams real fast, and just give on our prediction who we think gonna win, and the points. We're gonna talk about the point spread. We're gonna have our lock in our 4 picks. So we got the Miami Dolphins this Thursday night. This probably won't be out by then. Let's not even talk about that. We got the Vikings versus Saints Sunday. That's at 9:30 a.m. That must be in London or something.
I think it is.
The Vikings are giving up 2.5 points.
I got Minnesota.
I like the Vikings also, man. Oh, the next one is the one you've been waiting to talk about. We can't talk that long because we're just giving our predictions and picks right here. The Buffalo Bills versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Bills are giving up 3 points.
Oh, I ain't got too much to say about it. It's in Baltimore. Bills defense looked depleted. I got Baltimore. I hate to do it, but I got Baltimore. I got too much to say about that. If Bills defense was healthy, I would go on Buffalo all day. It's shootout. But right now that defense is real depleted. No secondary. Yeah.
They're giving up 3 points. So I'm going to take the Bills on the win, but I'm taking Baltimore +3.
I appreciate the love. I won't be mad if they do win.
I don't care. I don't want them to lose, but I need to cover this. We got the Chicago Bears at the New York Giants. The Giants are giving the Bears 3.5. What is going on here?
Because the Giants started out 2-0. They thought that Brian Dable was going to carry over from Buffalo. That's why. And the Bears, they haven't really. They're 2-1, but they haven't really put up points or anything like that. Like this could be one of those ugly games like the other game was 10-11. This might be 11-9, 9-8, 7-9 or something like that.
I like the Bears, and I like the Bears 3.5. I like the Bears and the Bears on the spread.
Actually, I'm gonna go G-Man. I felt a lot of Saquon.
Okay. Next game we got are the Cleveland Browns and Atlanta Falcons. The Browns are giving the Falcons 1.5. The Falcons are at home. I like the Browns in this one.
A-Town down.
I wouldn't bet on this one though.
A-Town down. No, I wouldn't. I'll stay away from that. That's a trap game.
The next game we have is the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are giving the Jaguars 6.5 points. I like Philly. I would stay away from this one.
I would too, because that last game gonna have me a little scared. But I've got Philly, but with that 6.5, I wouldn't bet on that.
The next game we have are the Chargers versus the Houston Texans. The Texans are getting 5 points.
Texans are getting 5. I'm going Chargers. I see a rebound game, bounce back, win by 7 or more.
I'm going Chargers, but I don't think I'm gonna put that on my 4th pick. I think I want to say that. I think I want to say that. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't bet that one. I want to say I got 2 more slots left. Next game we have are the Jets versus the Steelers. Steelers are at home, -3.5. I like Pitt.
I got Pitt.
I'm not betting on them. I'm not
No,
betting
I'm
on
not.
Mr. Trubisky.
Jets been playing pretty good too. I'm not betting on that, but like I said, I got Pitt just because they're at home.
This next game right here is going to be deciding when people win their tickets or not. Real talk. The Seattle Seahawks at the Detroit Lions. Lions giving the Seahawks 4.
I got Detroit.
I like Detroit also.
They've been putting up a lot of numbers in a ND town on turf. I feel a lot of points being put up. I see
I'm
Detroit
going to
put up
leave an
34
open
points.
mind for Detroit -4. And if I probably would swing it, I probably would swing them -2 if I wanted to parlay that. The next game we have is the Tennessee Titans versus Indianapolis Colts. Colts -3.5. They're at home. Off the win on KC.
-3.5. So they giving
Yes.
Tennessee 3.5.
-3. -3. I'm sorry.
So they giving Tennessee 3.
They giving Tennessee 3.
Oh, I'm going Tennessee, and I might put that on my card.
I want to leave that open also. Tennessee +3, and I like Tennessee. I might leave it. I might put that on my ticket. The next game we have is the Washington Commanders versus the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are giving up 3 points, and they are at home.
I still got Dallas.
I got Dallas, but I'm not betting with Dallas.
No, if what's the name was playing, because that's like a rivalry game right there. If Dak was playing versus Carson Wentz, I would probably bet that, but not with Cooper Rush playing in a rivalry game. Jerry Jones might put too much pressure on him, and he might crumble.
This next one is going to be kind of surprising. The Arizona Cardinals at the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are giving the Cardinals 1.5. Is it a bunch of injuries? Be something we don't know about? What's going on?
I'm going Arizona.
I like Arizona also, and I might reserve them on my ticket with 1.5. If I parlay that, I might give them 2.5 or 3 points. The next game we have is the Denver Broncos versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are giving the Broncos 2.5 points. The Raiders are winless. They're 0-3 and are giving the Broncos points. What that tell you? I like the Raiders.
You like the Raiders?
I'm
gonna go Denver. I'm gonna go Denver.
I like the Raiders with the points spread too. -2.5. You want to go Denver?
I'll go with Denver.
Cool. The next game we have are the New England Patriots at Green Bay Packers. Packers are giving up 9.5 points. I got the Packers, but I'm not.
Yeah, I got Green Bay, but I'm not betting that. That's Aaron Rodgers still don't have that chemistry with his receivers to be giving up 9.5.
You know what? I like Green Bay, but I'm going to reserve the right to take New England plus 9.5. Whatever quarterback's coming out for Belichick, they're not going to be able to prepare for it because Matt Jones, if he's not all the way injured right now, he's going to be injured more during the course of that game. And the next quarterback they're not going to be ready for, be to prepare for. So I like him. I might lock that in. New England plus 9.5. I might lock that in. The next game we have, the Sunday night game, is the Bucks and the Chiefs. The Bucks are at home, and The Chiefs are giving the Bucks 1.5 points. That's a sticky one right there.
It is because the Chiefs just lost to fucking Indy.
I like KC, but I won't bet it.
I got KC, and I think I am gonna bet it. I think I am gonna. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Take that back. I definitely got KC in that, but I'm not gonna bet it.
This next game seems like a trap game. The Rams at the 49ers, Monday night game. The Niners are giving the Rams, the Super Bowl champs, 1.5 points.
That's where I'm gonna go. Just for shits and giggles.
I like the Rams, but I will not bet that.
I'm betting that.
Whoa.
Just for shits and giggles. I'm betting that.
This has been week 4 of Social Buzz Sports, man. Let's see how we did this week, man.
Gotta do better than last week.
Fuck yeah.